Hello everybody, Mr. Pilgrim here coming at you with a brand new Platinum Trophy guide, and it is going to be for Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Knights. This is going to be kind of similar to some of the other Platinum Trophy guides I've made, as this is more of a simple go fight boss, explore kind of thing, Metroidvania game. But for the most part, pretty straightforward and simple. There is also a leveling system similar to Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, so it'll probably be familiar if you're already into the genre. But first off, we're just going to be learning the tutorial and going through and fighting our first boss. So I'll see you once we make it to that point. It's pretty simple, really. The game will teach you about most of how to move and the mechanics of the game. So yeah. Alright, and once you make it to this inner church area, this will be where you have your first boss. I'm going to skip cutscenes because important story dialogue, of course. But here you'll have the first official boss. Pretty straightforward, I'd say. Eventually, though, once you get her to a certain HP, she will transform. You can dodge through her running attack, so just be wary of that. And once you defeat her, you will get your first trophy. You will also probably be leveling up by this point. But upon doing so, you will also get the ability to use Siegrid. Of course, I'm going to skip any cutscenes that I can, just to make it easier. You now also have the ability to double jump. So from here, actually, what you want to do is, instead of going off to the right, if you head back to the left, we will get another trophy. And it'll be just over here. So if you come up here, pick up this item, you'll get your first prayer bead, and that will also get you another trophy. So from here, we're now going to be moving on to the next couple of things to talk about trophy-wise, which will probably just be fighting bosses and stuff like that. So when you rest, you can now equip a new spirit, as you can see, either into your first set or your second set. That only is just based on if you hold R1 or not, what set you use, as you can see. But yeah, so now we're going to be moving on. I probably will talk about if there happen to be other spirits that you can pick up along the way, just to make it a little bit easier for you. But as you can see, they're now with you. So yeah. Alright, so just a bit a ways from where you fought Siegrid, you will find, it'll look like this on the map. There'll be a mini boss that you'll find to collect another spirit right here. Basically, you'll toss him and he can explode to deal damage to enemies and stuff like that. But now we're going to move on to the next thing of importance. Alright, so the next thing to talk about is more or less just going to be based on leveling up, as eventually around probably this point of the map, you're going to reach level 5, and that is going to get you another trophy as well. There are a couple of trophies related to leveling up, but for the most part, you probably shouldn't worry too much about trying to grind levels and just play through the game, more or less. If you really have to, then of course towards the later end you can. as resting at the benches will reset the enemies. So yeah. Alright, so the next spirit to talk about, which will probably come in handy throughout most of your playthrough, is going to be right here in this lower area. As you'll see, there'll be a save point on our right, and that'll definitely be the indication that you'll know where to go. As when you get to it, it'll be more or less a bed, so you'll then turn around and you can head down, and that'll lead to this mini boss here. And defeating him is going to be pretty key on most of your experience. As what he'll allow you to do is to parry, or block I should say in some instances. And so that'll definitely come in handy in terms of spirit to have. So yeah, figured I'd throw that out there. So then you can basically just come back the way you came, or follow the path that I'm taking right now. And then from here, as you'll see, this is how you'll find the save. Right here. Now just off to our right is going to be the actual next trophy that we're going to earn, but for now we're going to equip our newfound spirit. So we'll just equip him right there. Alright, and like I said, this is going to be our next boss, Gerrod, the Elder Warrior. We got the phase 2 transition. Trying to get our parries timed perfectly. Trying to get in as much damage as we can when we can. Here we got the phase 3 transition, which I recommend just staying at max health, as he likes to jump a lot. He also has a dash attack that he likes to do, so be careful of that. As you'll see it right here. Nope. Maybe right here? Yep, there it is. Heal while we can. Trying to get whatever damage we can when we can is always best for this fight. Like right here. So close. And that'll be the second boss related trophy that you'll get. He can be a bit tough, but just be patient. Can skip the cutscene, of course, just to avoid spoilers for any story-related things. You also gain the ability to break some of the blight that you've probably seen. It'll show you the tutorial right here. Pretty easy. So now we're going to be you're going to end up going back and exploring some of the previous areas, because I don't think there's anything you can do on this right side just yet. So for now, we're basically just going to pick up on what is important next. Alright, but eventually you're going to, as you can see, you will make your way over to where I am now. And you will have to navigate some tough enemies who like to use ranged attacks a lot. So picking out your time to attack is going to be a bit on the side of patience. But eventually you will make your way down to here, and then you will make your way to the boss. But so now we can move on and fight the third boss, Dark Witch Eleine. Starts off the fight pretty normal. You'll know if she's doing the attack that you can parry because it'll take her a little bit longer to get it out. Like so. But now she's going into phase 2. In phase 2, she'll have this weird fire tornado that she likes to do a lot. As you'll see, like there. Probably shouldn't be wasting my parries. We're timing them too early. So once you get into phase 3, though, is when it gets a little bit tougher. She likes to teleport around a lot and kind of get on top of you, so that's when you need to be specifically timing your parries. Like so. But it makes her very easy to knock down. And just like that, you'll have beaten the third boss. It'll take a bit of trial and error, but once you get there, you will get there, and you will have defeated her. Come on. And skip this cutscene just to avoid spoilers. You can always go back and watch, but that'll get you your next spirit. Now you'll be able to actually swim in water and maneuver about, which is pretty cool. I'm going to skip once again. And that'll get you the trophy Lamentation. But I think that is more or less going to do it for this first video. Not going to try and have it be too long, but also not have it be too short, like I always try and do, and just go over some of the importance, as this is probably going to be a kind of a long game, depending. You never know how big the map actually is versus how it's going to go. But anyways, I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.